Hey, you. Yeah, you. You didn't stumble here by chance, so let's talk. My name is Tyanne, but a lot of people call me Taj, and I'm most known for my loud New York personality and my unfiltered opinions. The Melanated Mindset is a safe space for unpopular opinions and heated debates amongst a diverse melting pot of those of us that classify as a melanated millennial. And I don't care if you got a lot of melanin, just a little bit of melanin, or hell, you just melanated by association. Everybody is welcome. Now, I can't speak for y'all, but after seeing what being an adult is really about, nah, I got some things to say. And I know y'all do too. So let's talk about it. Because what's really going on?
What is up, y'all? Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not to the Melanated Mindset. We back up in this beach for another episode on another Monday. For those of you that don't know, I normally like to start every episode with the complaint of the week. But y'all will be very proud to hear that I actually do not have one this week. Mainly because last week took so much out of me that honestly, I had to get to a point where I'm alive, I'm healthy and well, I have a roof over my head. That's enough. Today and for this week, just the basics, breath in my body, that type of stuff is enough. So there's really nothing to complain about. But next week is another week, so we'll see. However, my highlight of the week is that our move is finally coming along. Like now that I'm watching my home get emptier and emptier, and as I start to pack things up, speaking of my house getting emptier, hence why there's probably a very noticeable audio shift from last season because y'all, I'm sorry, but the house is getting empty. But we love that for her because she's about to get the hell up out of here. So y'all just have to bear with the echo-ness. I'm trying my best to learn the best ways to minimalize it during editing. But listen, y'all, my degree is in criminal justice, okay? So bear with me. YouTube University is a little bit slower than a traditional route. But literally, the fact that I even have gotten as much as I have done for this move thus far, mind y'all, Malik is gone again. He has been for a couple weeks now, and we are less than a little bit. We're probably roughly at like 60 days out from this move, and he is gone for a whole month. So to just be packing up my house with a toddler running around with no help, couple that with other things that have gone on in my personal life, it's a miracle that I have even found the energy to get this much done. But y'all, I want to get the hell up out of here. I want to be on the first thing smoking up out of here. So I have to start packing and doing all of those things now because with Malik being gone, that means there's a lot less that can be done throughout the day when you have a 1-year-old very actively running around. So I have to do things little by little every day, which makes it just feel even more tedious and which makes it just feel even more like the move is consuming my life. But I'm ready to go, so I guess that's the price we gotta pay, right? All right, so we're moving along to our Fendi fact of the day. Today's Fendi fact is another one of my own little personal social experiments, aka Instagram posts. Because I really be curious because those of y'all listening, like, I'd rather know the opinions of those of y'all listening than straight on. I guess I can say strangers. Some of y'all are strangers, but most of y'all I know from somewhere. So I don't know. I'd rather just make my own not make my own statistics. I feel like y'all get what I'm trying to say. So right, that. So I asked 3 questions on Instagram and did 3 separate polls. The first question is, do you participate in cancel culture? As in, do you personally actually cancel people and brands? And 59% of y'all said no, and 41% of y'all said yes. The majority of y'all do not partake in cancel culture. Y'all do not cancel people. Y'all do not cancel brands. Second question was, do you think cancel culture is effective? 77% of y'all said no. 23% of y'all said yes. The wildest part about this question to me is that a lot of people that voted yes to the first question said that they participated in cancel culture also don't think that it's effective. So my question to y'all would be, why do you participate in it if you don't feel like it's effective? Like, if you don't think it works, why do you do it? That's out of genuine curiosity. And then the third question was, what gets someone uncanceled? 52% of y'all voted for an apology. 48% of y'all voted for that you can't be uncanceled. So y'all know the Fendi fact normally rolls us into our topic, what we're talking about. Obviously, we're talking about cancel culture today because I feel like it's relevant every week, or maybe that's just my timeline and algorithm, but there's literally somebody, some celebrity, some brand getting called out, getting bashed, getting canceled literally like once a week. And I feel like once a week is being very, very generous. I can't be the only one. Like, if you don't know what cancel culture is, I guess I should explain that. Cancel culture is the new norm where if a company or a person says something, does something, has previously said or done something, as in it could have, the action could have taken place years ago, but it is now dug back to the light, and now that person, that brand deserves no more business and pretty much deserves to be stripped of their accolades, in my opinion. That's my definition of cancel culture. If y'all have a better way to sum it up, feel free to do so. But to me, that's cancel culture. Now, my take on cancel culture. Do I participate in cancel culture? Yes. But y'all gotta hear me out though. Do I think that cancel culture is effective? Yes, I'm going to say that I think that cancel culture is effective because I guess maybe I'm just looking at it from a different perspective. But why does, like, the confirmation of cancellation, like, why does that have to come from the masses? Why does every single person have to stop supporting this person, this brand, because they did something or said something that you personally do not agree with? That's the part I don't agree with. Like, if I choose to not give my money to a specific brand, a specific person, I am now canceling them. It's dead. It's a dub. I'm not shopping there. I'm taking my coins somewhere else, right? For me, that that cancel culture nature is effective because I am no longer spending my hard-earned money with that said brand. And now maybe I find a replacement brand that's even better or cheaper or better yet, Black owned. You get what I'm saying? So like, it, to me canceling them was in my benefit. So therefore it was effective. Why does everybody else have to jump on my bandwagon for that brand, like for the cancellation to be valid? I don't get that. And as far as what it takes to get uncanceled, in my opinion, I don't think that you can get uncanceled, only because it's one of those things where, like, okay, let's do classic scenario. Celeb, hometown artist blows up overnight, goes viral, gets signed, gets $1 million record deal. A month later, tweets from 5 years ago resurface about this specific artist using a derogatory term against any group of people, right? You can't get uncanceled for that, in my opinion, because you said it. You said what you said. It's in black and white, you said it. And it was wrong. It was wrong then, it still equally is wrong now. So that's it. The damage is done there. And for those of you that voted for an apology, I hear what you're saying, and I actually do want to go and read some things that some of y'all were saying. So one person said, they responded to the question, what gets someone uncanceled? And they said, a sincere recognition of what the person did and understand that it's not okay or whatever the case may be, right? That's one person. So another person said, no, it's not fair. Everyone can have an off day. So pretty much agreeing that just an apology would suffice. Another person said, cancel culture is whack. I did my research, and the very first cancel mention was in reference to a black man canceling a black woman. Like, this trend is no bueno. So, yeah, I did a little digging. And that is true. Like, did y'all know that the canceling, the new hip lingo term for canceling, like, that was started by a black man in an attempt to quote unquote cancel black women. Right, like he was just being derogatory. When you have the time, look it up. Right? So some of y'all agree that just an apology will suffice. But my thing is, in today's day and age, let's be realistic. In today's day and age, let's be realistic. How much weight does a public apology hold in 2021? For real. Like, when we know that the said person or brand's PR team is probably behind that very well drafted, very grammatically correct, very punctually correct apology. Like, for real, y'all are willing to accept that? Now, don't get me wrong. I am 100% in agreement that people can change, and people do change, and people grow, and they outgrow their way of thinking. But in order to do that, you have to take responsibility for your actions. And I think for me, that's what it takes to get someone quote unquote uncanceled, even though I don't really think you can. But like, if it did take something, it would be genuinely taking responsibility for your actions. I don't know what that looks like, which is why I said, in my opinion, you can't get uncanceled. But an apology is just not going to suffice. I can't do shit with sorry. Like, sorry does nothing for me. A public apology does nothing for me, because the disrespect was also public. If you're being canceled, that means that the information has been brought to the public. If it wasn't before, it is now. So something negative that you did is out there publicly. So now here you are apologizing publicly, and that's supposed to mean anything? You was disrespecting me or whatever group of people. Like, you were being disrespectful publicly. You obviously don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? My problem, though, is I think that people should cancel brands or people, like, individually. Like I said, like, everybody does not have to cancel every single brand. Everybody has different morals and different values. So I don't understand that part of cancel culture. Like, just put out whatever the person, whatever the brand did. Let the people decide, damn, that's fucked up. Or, it ain't that bad. I was thinking that same thing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Don't, oh my God, they said this. They gotta go. They don't need any attention. They don't need anything. They don't deserve anything that they've had or anything that they worked for. I don't know. Case in point for me would be the Sha'Carri Richardson a whole ordeal. That whole debacle, because that's what we're gonna call it, like the way people cancel her, in my opinion, is absurd. Don't get me wrong. Does mamas pop her shit respectfully? Not so much. Does she pop her shit? Yes. Yes. However, I feel like it's more so her just abundance of confidence that really strikes people's gears. How dare she think she's that good? How dare she talk all that shit like she didn't break world records? Yes, sis got caught slipping, but sis still is outrunning every one of us talking shit. Okay, a spade, a spade. So like the constant need to when she first broke that record, oh, you couldn't tell people nothing. The memes, the gifs, the posts, everybody wanted to look like that black girl with the lashes and the long nails and running and orange hair, was loving it, eating it up. Sis got caught slipping. Then it was, damn, that's sad, but she know what she did. Then she bounces back from a negative situation way more confident than people would ever imagine or could predict. And she is just this villain. Do not get me wrong. Does my good sis probably need a good PR team that really loves, adores, cherishes her? Yes. But why are we canceling somebody for what? Like, for having bad sportsmanship? She doesn't deserve her awards. She doesn't deserve to be praised and recognized and talked about with the greats. Why? Like, why does cancel culture equivalent like someone's negative, someone's wrongdoings with their accolades? Now, I know what a lot of y'all are gonna be thinking, like, oh, you one of those people that, oh, you can separate the artist from the music. Now, about Robert, that's a hard limit. Like, for real, there's a difference between having bad sportsmanship and holding women like in cages and basements or whatever the hell. I could be wrong about that, but y'all know that the story is that crazy, okay? That is somebody that I have to look at and be like, when you were writing these hit makers and these world bangers, for your personal life to have this going on, that has to be tied in the music. Like, music is a form of art, the way to express yourself. So some of that crazy ass psycho sick shit person part of you that is in there has manifested into some of your music at some way, shape, or form. You was writing these songs high off of a high you didn't need to be high off of, doing shit you ain't had no business doing. That is different than trying to strip an athlete for like titles she has clearly won. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, R. Kelly still has awards. Does his awards deserve to be taken away? No, because he earned them shits. He put in the work for them. But does his shit deserve to be streamed today? No, not in my opinion. No, because While y'all stepping in the name of love, he was stepping in a whole nother. Okay. I can't listen to him the same. I'm sorry, I just can't. The music, it was what it was while it wasn't, but it's not that no more. And I just gotta turn it off and I just gotta press skip. And some of y'all gonna judge, some of y'all is still gonna step in the name of love, and that's cool, you do you. But that's a hard no for me. I'm very sorry. But as far as does cancel culture even work? I mean, it works for each person. Like if you decide to cancel a brand and that's your personal choice, that works for you. That's what's best for you. I don't think it's a matter of does it work for the masses. Because it shouldn't give a shit about the masses. Like, if I don't want to support Louis Vuitton, my little $900, $1,200, $1,600 is not going to make or break Louis Vuitton. Now, if I get a bunch of people to do it with me, we probably still, unless you have to get a lot of people, but you probably still not. You get what I'm saying? I'm not putting no dent in their pockets. So why do I need to try to rally up people to join my side? I just stopped giving them my bread. That's what matters to me. I don't care what other people do with their money. I don't care what other people do with their time or what they listen to. That's up to you. That has to align with your morals and your values and your beliefs. And who I choose or choose not to cancel has to be a reflection of mine. And as long as I'm staying true to that and true to myself, it's effective for me. If it canceling an artist it brings me a little bit more peace, then cheers to fucking me. Like, okay, like it's just that simple. I feel like cancel culture shouldn't be a culture. It's just a decision. It's a personal choice. You make decisions and you cancel out people and brands. You do what's best for you. It's not a culture. It's not a cult. It's not peer pressure. Do what's best for you. If you want to still step in the name of love and wear all the designer brands, that is fine. You do that. You want to cancel certain things, that is your right. Cancel culture is only as effective as the person that's doing the canceling makes it out to be, in my opinion. It's only effective if you say you want to cancel a brand and you don't, you get sucked back up because you still subscribe to the emailing list. Fashion Nova still blowing up your phone, and they reel you back in. Right. And that's it. I'm really not gonna keep you out here long. So we are moving right along to our Black owned business shout out. Period. Today's shout out is going to go to a street clothing brand, Above Average, and you can follow them on Instagram at a.average collections. Y'all know the drill. If you're new here, if you want to find the exact handles and go to their Instagram, you can go to the.melanated mindset at Instagram. Find season 2, episode 7's episode post, and all of the information will be in the caption. But yes, y'all, AA is getting a shout out because it's actually owned by a girl that I went to high school with. So shout out to Natalie. And I'm not just saying that because I know her, but like, her shit is actually really good quality. It's really dope. But like, I got me a really fire little crew neck that I did not get to fucking wear because I can't find the perfect like fit for it. But like when I do, it's coming. And she was actually really sweet enough to even send me beanies for Xavier. So, yes, she sells scullies, sweatsuits, shorts, socks. It's everything. It's the epitome of a New York streetwear line. So, if you're into that type of stuff, go check her out and, buy a couple things. And we are in our familiar place. We are winding down and wrapping up with our word of the week. And this week's word is going to be intentional. Because I think it's really important for all of us to be intentional with the things that we're taking in. and the things that we're not. Because when you cancel something, you're ultimately deciding not to give that person or thing your energy, your money, your time. So you're choosing what not to take in. And I just think it's important to be very intentional about that, because what you allow just to consume you, what you give your energy to, what you give your money to, what you give your time to, down to just what you see on your social media feeds, it literally does consume you, and it begins to, implant things into your subconscious that you need to be intentional. Like, is this how I feel? Or is this what I think and I agree with? Or is this what society says that I should agree with or says that I should think? And I feel like it's also very important to be intentional about the things that you don't take in. Like, are you being too closed off to things? Are you being closed off enough? You need to be intentional about the things that you let in, because ultimately, when you take on baggage from everywhere else, eventually you tip the scale. So you already got your own shit going on. Why like you have to be intentional about what you want to take in. And that's why I think it's a personal choice if you decide to cancel people or not, because if you decide like you don't want to put up with this no more, you decide you don't want to put up with this no more, you don't. You simply decide, I'm going to be intentional about what I'm not going to tolerate, and it's that. And just like that, you made the decision to cancel something. You didn't need cancel culture. You didn't need a rally of people behind you agreeing the exact same thing to do that or to feel empowered in that choice.
And on that note, if you made it this far, thank you for just rocking with me, kicking with me, chopping it up with me, all of that. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. The love, the support, it never goes unnoticed or unappreciated. And if you want to join the conversation in real time and share your personal thoughts and opinions, make sure you follow me on Instagram at the.melanatedmindset. That's where I'm going to be posting all the polls, the questions, the conversation starters, all of that. That's also going to be where you'll get to hear sneak peeks and previews into the episodes to come. It's going to be one hell of a ride. I hope y'all are ready. Until then, I'll see y'all same time, same place, next week for hashtag Melanated Monday. And remember, the goal is to be good and do good. Until then, peace, y'all.